Hi, this is James Melendez, James the Wine Guy, here to share this bottle with you today. It's called XiKbal, B-A-L, Baja Cabernet Sauvignon 2007 vintage. It's from Baja California, and it's from the Valle de Guadalupe. Now, that's about 130 kilometers south or 80 miles south of San Diego. And turn the back panel around here so you can see that as well. Really cool paper stock on this. And the artwork is really well done. It's very indicative of the area. So when a lot of people think of Mexico, they think of Mexico as being a beer-producing or tequila-producing nation. And it is, and it produces a lot of it. And it's one thing that it's over eclipsed, shall we say, the wine-growing regions, which is unfortunate. So it's what port has done for Portugal in eclipsing the non-fortified wines, or maybe Tokai for Hungary for its non-sweet wines. So this region is fantastic. You're growing a lot of different varietals in this region. You're growing Cabernet Sauvignon, Petit Verdot, Merlot. You're growing beyond the Bordeaux set. You're growing Aglianico, which I thought was fantastic. I was really surprised to have a glass of it and thinking, this is stellar. And it's a rare varietal, especially here in the U.S. You see very little of it here, very little of it there as well. And you have Tempranillo and Dolcetto, which I thought was really exceptionally nice as well. So I always say, look east, west, north, or south of a growing region that you're not familiar with, and you're generally going to find something. It's like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense because this wine region is north of here or south of here. Well, of course, there should be a growing region in between or south of there or north or whatever cardinal direction you're looking at. Now, I think it's a growing region that is, of course, the wine industry is much smaller. And I think someday it may be larger. And that's because, at least in the American table, we'll seek out different wines from many parts of the world. And I think that's happening already. I think you're going to find people who are like, oh, yes, well, the tequila is so amazing or the beer is so great. I'm going to seek out some Mexican wine. And I think it's really a phenomenal thing to do because I think you have some variation in themes that are taking the terroir into account and producing a really phenomenal wine. So I opened this up earlier, did a little pre-tasting. It's tasting quite beautifully. So I'll take a little taste and give you some feedback and some notes. Highly nuanced. What I really enjoy about this wine, first note that I get from this wine is rose petal. Really enjoy that note. Cascading to cherry, early season cherry. Really light kiss of red plum, some cinnamon, cardamom, and nutmeg. So the baking spices are in there as well, and some thyme on the finish. I think it's a really stellar wine, and it's something to look out for. Now, I'll give more information on the end of the video, or at least on the informational side of the video if you're interested in finding these wines. They're really hard to find, but there's a source online called winesfrombaja.com. And for me, it's one way to source this for my table. And you may be interested in exploring. And I do recommend giving things a try that you might not have considered before. It's really fun to take this to, say, a family dinner or a friend's dinner, and you bring something completely different than nobody else has had. It's a beautiful wine, 9.2 out of a 10.0 scale. For more reviews, please go to jamesthewineguy.com. Please subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, and Google+. Salud.